Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from the Superdome.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
On the set. Let's go. Charge.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
That 1 for 1. A lot more to go. They'll run on first down. Lawton. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Now Baker looking to throw on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
97. Zone red. Opposite. Green.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Mahomes going to throw.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Mahomes now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all,
It allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Baker. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Let's go. Ready?
On 4th down, Baker. Got an open man, it's Olave. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Give them 18 on that one. And the Saints are going to get a first down.
Ready.
Up the middle they go. Lawton. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Baker now to throw on 2nd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Here we go.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now a handoff up the middle. Lawton. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. Right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing left side, it's complete. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Mahomes now on first down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. Mahomes to throw once more. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
Set, ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got to... from long distance. Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Ready.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here we go.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. They go play fake. Mahomes. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes.
This is taken in by McBride.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 35.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Cam Akers.
A 23-yard run.
And the Panthers have cut it back within a score.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Ready.
Here's Baker throwing on first down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Baker. He's going to let this one go deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Trey McBride.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Panthers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Mahomes. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
Got a man. It's McBride complete. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
He's going to air one out. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. And again, it's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Going right back to Akers. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. Cam Akers, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. And they're on the 17-yard line.
Down.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Baker. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darius Slayton. 76 yards. And the Saints have cut the lead back down to 2. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Carolina. 73 yards.
Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly. They'll run here with Akers.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Akers with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that makes this a 9-point game.
Saints 19.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing on first down, Baker. And he's got his big tight end here. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Back to throw again. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Divine Diablo. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Akers. To the 43, second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right.
That's complete to McBride.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a first down.
Now a give. Akers running left.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. From the 38, Mahomes.
Able to get this one to McBride.
Touchdown, Carolina!
Trey McBride.
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set, ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. On second down now, Lawton. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And this offense on third down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Baker. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
2nd and goal from the 1. Akers again, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Akers punching it in from a yard away. And the Panthers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 24. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Lawton, and he'll get this up to about the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 53 yards. On 1st down, Lawton, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Up the middle they go. Lawton. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Panthers will get the football back.